Hey there, and welcome back to the Sleepless Scientist. Tonight, we're drifting into the quiet corners of the mind, embarking on a gentle journey into one of life's most universal and mysterious experiences, dreams. Before we settle in, if you enjoy exploring the hidden wonders of science with us, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. It truly helps us continue these quiet explorations. Every night, across cultures and continents, billions of us perform the same simple act. We close our eyes. The conscious world fades and we slip into a different kind of reality. For millennia, this nightly transition has captivated humanity. What truly happens when our minds leave the waking world? What are these vivid, often bizarre, narratives that unfold behind our closed eyelids? From the earliest cave paintings to the sprawling civilizations of antiquity, the human fascination with dreams has been a constant. Our ancestors, living closer to the rhythms of nature, found profound meaning in these nocturnal visions. Imagine a prehistoric hunter waking from a vivid dream of a successful hunt. Was it merely a memory or a glimpse into the future? Was it a message from the spirits of the forest or a departed ancestor? Dreams became a bridge, a permeable membrane between the tangible world and the unseen. They were pathways to realms beyond, where gods, spirits, and the deceased could communicate with the living. In ancient Egypt, dreams were often seen as divine oracles, direct communications from deities. Pharaohs and commoners alike sought guidance from these nightly whispers, believing they held the key to destiny. Across diverse cultures, special individuals, shamans, priests, or seers emerged as dream interpreters. They possessed the unique ability to decipher these often cryptic messages, guiding their communities. The Egyptians even compiled dream books, detailed catalogs of dream symbols and their meanings. To them, understanding dreams was a crucial aspect of daily life and spiritual practice. Similarly, in Mesopotamia, dreams were meticulously recorded and analyzed for omens, both good and ill. Rulers made critical decisions based on interpretations of their nightly visions. The ancient Greeks, too, revered dreams, particularly for their healing potential. Pilgrims would visit Asclepians, temples dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine, hoping for healing dreams. Even philosophers like Aristotle, while acknowledging the divine aspect, began to ponder dreams from a more naturalistic perspective. He suggested dreams were echoes of waking sensations or reflections of internal bodily states. Despite these varied interpretations, the core experience remained universal. The human mind, while at rest, could conjure entire worlds, emotions, and narratives that felt profoundly real. This inherent sense of reality within a dream, the way our brains create such convincing illusions, is perhaps the most captivating aspect of all. We are, for a time, fully immersed in these internal landscapes. These early observations, though mystical, laid the groundwork for a deeper curiosity. Beyond messages from gods, could dreams be telling us something about ourselves, about the very nature of consciousness? The idea that our minds are incredibly active even when our bodies are still, that they continue to process, create, and experience, has been a quiet marvel for centuries. As we journey through this narrative, we will gently peel back the layers of this ancient mystery, moving from ancient whispers to the precise measurements of modern science. The shift from purely spiritual interpretations to more empirical inquiry didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual evolution, driven by relentless human curiosity and a desire to understand the mechanics of existence. It began with quiet observation, with individuals simply paying closer attention to their own dreams, noting patterns and attempting to categorize the strange phenomena that occurred nightly. Today, the question remains as compelling as ever. Why do we dream? What purpose do these nightly narratives serve, and what can they tell us about the intricate workings of our own brains? Our journey will take us through millennia of human thought, from the earliest interpretations to the latest breakthroughs in neuroscience, revealing how our understanding of dreams has evolved. We'll explore the hidden landscapes of REM sleep, the astonishing world of lucid dreaming, and even the curious phenomenon of sleepwalking, both in humans and the animal kingdom. It's a calm, curious look at what your brain is up to while you rest, a testament to the enduring mystery and wonder that lies within each of us, just beneath the surface of consciousness. Join us next time as we begin to unravel the threads of this ancient tapestry, moving closer to understanding the whispers of the unseen. Until then, rest well and perhaps dream deeply. Our journey into the dream world leads us deeper into antiquity, where the whispers of the unseen were not just felt, but meticulously documented. For cultures like the ancient Egyptians, dreams were not mere fleeting thoughts. They were direct communications, divine messages etched into the fabric of the night. They compiled elaborate dream books, detailed catalogs that attempted to decode the nightly narratives. Each symbol, from a soaring bird to a flowing river, held specific significance, offering guidance or foretelling events. Pharaohs and commoners alike consulted these interpretations, believing dreams held the key to destiny, health, and even political decisions. The dream world was an active, influential part of their waking lives. Across the Fertile Crescent in Mesopotamia, similar beliefs flourished. Dreams were meticulously recorded on clay tablets, analyzed for omens both auspicious and ominous, shaping the actions of rulers and communities. These ancient records reveal a consistent human impulse to find order and meaning in the often chaotic and symbolic language of dreams. It was an early form of pattern recognition, a desire to understand the inexplicable. The ancient Greeks, too, held dreams in high regard, but with a unique focus on healing. Pilgrims would travel to Asclepions, temples dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine. Here, they would undergo rituals of purification and incubation, sleeping within the sacred precincts, hoping to receive a healing dream or a divine message from Asclepius himself. The dreams experienced within these temples were believed to be direct divine interventions, offering cures for ailments or guidance on medicinal practices. It was a profound connection between the spiritual and the physical. Yet, even amidst these spiritual practices, the seeds of philosophical inquiry began to sprout. Thinkers like Aristotle, while acknowledging the divine, also pondered dreams from a more naturalistic perspective. He suggested dreams might be echoes of waking sensations or reflections of internal bodily states, a subtle shift towards understanding the brain's own role, however nascent. Beyond these classical civilizations, across diverse religious traditions, the concept of prophetic dreams resonated deeply. Biblical texts, for instance, are replete with accounts of dreams delivering divine warnings or future revelations. From Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dreams of lean and fat cows to Daniel deciphering Nebuchadnezzar's visions, dreams were considered potent vehicles for God's will, shaping the course of nations. In indigenous cultures worldwide, dreams often served as vital portals to ancestral wisdom, spirit worlds, or the collective unconscious. They were not just personal experiences, but communal guides. Shamans and spiritual leaders were revered for their ability to navigate these dreamscapes, bringing back insights for healing, hunting, or resolving tribal conflicts. Dreams were integral to their worldview. Vision quests, often involving periods of isolation and fasting, were designed to induce powerful dreams or visions, believed to connect the individual directly with spiritual forces and personal destiny. Despite their geographical and cultural distances, these ancient civilizations shared a profound respect for the dream state. They understood it as a realm of potent meaning, not merely random images. The common thread was the belief that dreams offered a window beyond the ordinary, a way to access information or guidance otherwise unavailable in the waking world. This era, while steeped in spiritual interpretations, also contained the earliest stirrings of a more systematic inquiry. The act of recording and categorizing dreams was itself a foundational step. Aristotle's musings, though limited by the scientific tools of his time, represented a crucial shift, a move from pure prophecy to considering the dream as a phenomenon of the human body and mind. He theorized that dreams were not always divine, but could be influenced by daily experiences, bodily humors, or even faint external stimuli. This was a radical thought for his era. These early philosophical inquiries, while not yet scientific in the modern sense, laid the intellectual groundwork. They gently nudged humanity towards asking how dreams happen, not just why they happen. The transition from purely supernatural explanations to more empirical observation was slow, spanning centuries. It required patience, observation, and a willingness to challenge established beliefs. Each culture in its own way contributed to the tapestry of dream understanding. From the meticulous records of Egypt to the healing rituals of Greece, the human mind continued its quiet work at night. As we move forward, we will see how these ancient curiosities slowly but surely transformed into the systematic investigations of modern science. The questions remained, but the methods evolved. Our next step takes us from these ancient echoes to the precise observations of the brain, as we begin to uncover the hidden mechanisms that govern our sleep and the incredible activity within our resting minds. Join us then. Our journey through the landscape of dreams now leads us from the grand temples of antiquity to the quiet studies of philosophers. Even as early as ancient Greece, thinkers like Aristotle began to gently pull dreams from the purely divine realm, seeking more grounded explanations. Aristotle, ever the observer, proposed that dreams were often echoes of our waking lives. They could be residual thoughts, faint sensations from the day, or even reflections of our internal bodily states: a rumbling stomach, a feverish chill. This was a profound shift, suggesting that dreams might be a product of the body and mind, rather than solely external messages. It was a nascent step towards seeing the dream as an internal phenomenon, a whisper from within. Centuries later, in medieval Europe, the interpretation of dreams became intertwined with Christian theology. Dreams were often viewed as divine messages, warnings from God, or even prophecies of future events, much like in ancient traditions. Yet a darker possibility also existed. Dreams could be the work of demonic forces, tempting the dreamer or delivering malevolent deceptions. Distinguishing between divine and demonic influence became a complex theological task. Alongside these spiritual interpretations, a physiological view persisted, echoing Aristotle. Dreams were sometimes attributed to bodily humors, digestion, or imbalances within the body, reflecting the rudimentary medical understanding of the time. This era showcased a complex blend of spiritual, moral, and physical explanations for dreams, a testament to humanity's persistent efforts to categorize and understand these nightly experiences, even without the tools of modern science. As the 19th century drew to a close, a new era of inquiry began to dawn. The burgeoning field of psychology started to look inwards, seeking to understand the hidden mechanisms of the human mind with a fresh perspective. It was into this evolving landscape that Sigmund Freud stepped, a figure whose ideas would profoundly reshape our understanding of dreams, even if his theories would later face significant challenge. In 1899, Freud published The Interpretation of Dreams, a groundbreaking work that proposed a revolutionary idea. Dreams were not random, but rather disguised fulfillments of repressed wishes. For Freud, dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. He believed that our deepest desires, fears, and conflicts, often too disturbing for our conscious minds, found symbolic expression in our nightly narratives. He theorized that the dream's manifest content, what we remember, was a symbolic distortion of its latent content, the true, underlying meaning. This process, called dream work, allowed forbidden thoughts to surface in a disguised form. Freud identified mechanisms like condensation, where many ideas are fused into one image, and displacement, where emotional intensity is shifted from a significant object to an insignificant one. Dreams were a complex puzzle to be decoded. His theories, though controversial and lacking empirical verification by modern standards, profoundly influenced the emerging field of psychology and the broader cultural understanding of the mind. Freud's work placed the study of dreams firmly within the realm of psychological inquiry, shifting the focus from external divine messages to the intricate, hidden workings of the human psyche itself. However, not all of Freud's contemporaries agreed with his singular focus on individual repression. Carl Jung, initially a close associate, soon developed his own distinct theories about the nature of dreams. Jung proposed the concept of the collective unconscious, a deeper layer of the psyche shared by all humanity, inherited from our ancestral past. For Jung, dreams were not just personal but universal. Within this collective unconscious resided archetypes, universal, primordial images and patterns of thought that manifest in myths, religions, and crucially in our dreams. The hero, the shadow, the wise old man, these were shared human experiences. Jung saw dreams as a means of individuation, a process of integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. Dreams offered guidance, balance, and insight from this deeper, shared wisdom. His approach offered a more spiritual and holistic view of dreams, contrasting with Freud's more mechanistic and pathological interpretations. Both, however, emphasized the profound meaning embedded in our nightly visions. The theories of Freud and Jung, while often debated and revised, laid the foundational groundwork for psychological dream research. They legitimized the study of dreams as a window into the human mind. These early psychological interpretations, though largely speculative and lacking the empirical rigor of modern science, ignited a profound curiosity about the purpose and function of dreams. They shifted the paradigm from external supernatural causes to internal psychological ones. They asked, what is the brain doing when it dreams? What information is it processing? These philosophical and early psychological probes, for all their limitations, set the stage for a new kind of investigation. They paved the way for scientists to move beyond interpretation and towards observation. Our next chapter will take us from these profound, yet largely theoretical, insights into the dream world to the precise measurements and astonishing discoveries of modern neuroscience as we begin to unravel the very mechanics of sleep itself. The philosophical and psychological inquiries, for all their depth, had largely remained theoretical. They described the what of dreams and pondered the why, but lacked the tools to observe the dreaming mind directly. This began to change in the mid-20th century in quiet sleep laboratories. New technologies, particularly the electroencephalogram, or EEG, offered an unprecedented window. This machine could record the subtle electrical activity of the brain, transforming the unseen processes of sleep into measurable waves on paper. Suddenly, scientists could chart the brain's journey through the night. They could see distinct patterns emerge, signals that indicated different states of consciousness, even within sleep itself. In the early 1950s, at the University of Chicago, a graduate student named Eugene Aserinsky was studying sleep patterns in infants, under the guidance of his professor, Nathaniel Kleitman. Aserinsky was meticulously recording eye movements using electrodes placed near the infant's eyes. He noticed something peculiar: periods when the sleeping baby's eyes darted rapidly back and forth beneath their closed lids. This observation was unexpected. It seemed counterintuitive for eyes to be so active during sleep. Aserinsky and Kleitman wondered if this rapid eye movement was simply random or if it held deeper significance. They expanded their studies to adult subjects. When these rapid eye movement periods occurred, Aserinsky would gently wake the sleeper. The results were astonishingly consistent. A high percentage of the time, subjects awakened during these REM periods reported vivid, detailed, and often bizarre dreams. Conversely, when awakened during periods without rapid eye movements, subjects rarely reported dreaming, or their reports were vague and fragmented. This was a groundbreaking discovery, a direct, observable physiological correlate to the elusive phenomenon of dreaming. It marked the birth of modern sleep science. The EEG recordings further illuminated this. During REM sleep, the brain's electrical activity closely resembled that of wakefulness, despite the body being largely paralyzed. This active brain in a paralyzed body state became a defining characteristic of REM sleep, setting it apart from other sleep stages. Scientists began to map the distinct stages of sleep more precisely. Non-rapid eye movement, or NREM sleep, was divided into lighter and deeper stages, characterized by progressively slower brainwaves. The discovery revealed that sleep was not a uniform, passive state, but a dynamic, cyclical journey. We drift from NREM into REM several times throughout the night. This cyclical pattern meant that dreaming was not an occasional occurrence, a rare visitor to the mind, but a regular, predictable biological process happening for hours each night. The implications were profound. Dreams were not just random mental noise or divine messages. They were an intrinsic part of our nightly rest, deeply intertwined with specific physiological states. This scientific understanding challenged centuries of speculation. The mystery of dreams was no longer solely the domain of philosophers or spiritual leaders. It was now a subject for empirical scientific inquiry. Researchers could now design experiments, test hypotheses, and gather data about the dreaming brain. The royal road to the unconscious was being paved with scientific measurements. The discovery of REM sleep opened up new avenues for understanding brain function. What was the purpose of this highly active yet outwardly still state? It suggested that the brain was doing something crucial during these periods, something more than just resting. The vividness of dreams during REM further fueled this curiosity. The consistent correlation between REM and dreaming meant that the vast majority of our dreams, those vivid narratives we remember, occur within this unique sleep stage. This transformed the study of dreams from abstract interpretation to a concrete biological field, paving the way for countless future investigations into the purpose and function of dreams. The mid-20th century discoveries provided a foundational map of sleep, but they also raised new, even more profound questions. Why did our brains engage in such elaborate, immersive narratives every night? What was the evolutionary advantage of a state where our bodies were vulnerable, yet our minds were intensely active? What could these nightly stories tell us about ourselves and about the very nature of consciousness? With the mechanics of dreaming now clearer, the deeper questions began to emerge. Our next step will take us further into the active, dreaming brain, exploring the astonishing world of lucid dreaming and the latest research on what our dreams might be for. The discovery of REM sleep in the mid-20th century was a monumental step, providing a tangible link to our elusive dreams. But knowing when we dream only deepened the mystery of what the brain was doing during these vivid nocturnal journeys. Scientists now had a precise moment to probe. Advanced brain imaging techniques such as fMRI and PET scans began to offer an unprecedented view. They revealed that during REM sleep, certain regions of the brain became intensely active, lighting up like a bustling city at night, while others quieted. One of the most active areas was the visual cortex, the part of our brain responsible for processing what we see. This made perfect sense, aligning with the often highly visual and immersive nature of our dreams. Simultaneously, the limbic system, a network of structures involved in emotion and memory, showed heightened activity. This explained why dreams are so often saturated with intense feelings, joy, fear, anxiety, and why memories, often fragmented, weave through our dream narratives. Yet another crucial area, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic, decision-making, and executive function, showed significantly reduced activity during REM. This was a key insight into the bizarre nature of dreams. With the prefrontal cortex largely offline, the brain's internal editor and fact-checker takes a break. This allows for the illogical sequences, the sudden shifts in plot, and the fantastical elements that characterize so many of our dreams. Reality's rules are temporarily suspended. Beyond regional activity, scientists also delved into the chemical messengers, the neurotransmitters that orchestrate these nightly brain states. These tiny molecules play a profound role in regulating our sleep cycles and the very fabric of our dreams. Acetylcholine, for instance, surges during REM sleep. This neurotransmitter is crucial for learning, memory, and attention, and its elevated levels are thought to contribute to the vividness and detailed imagery we experience in our dreams. Conversely, the levels of serotonin and norepinephrine, neurotransmitters associated with wakefulness and rational thought, drop significantly during REM. This reduction helps maintain the dream state, preventing external stimuli from easily waking us and allowing the internal narrative to unfold. Perhaps one of the most curious aspects of REM sleep is the phenomenon of muscle atonia. Despite the brain being highly active, almost all voluntary muscles in the body become temporarily paralyzed. This is a deliberate protective mechanism. During REM, signals from the brainstem actively inhibit motor neurons in the spinal cord. It's as if the brain sends a clear message: do not move. This prevents us from physically acting out our dreams, whether we are running from a monster or flying through the sky. Imagine the chaos if we physically responded to every dream. This atonia is an evolutionary safeguard, ensuring our safety and the safety of those around us while our minds construct their elaborate nightly productions. However, this system isn't always perfect. Sometimes we awaken during REM sleep before the muscle paralysis has fully lifted. This fleeting, often terrifying experience is known as sleep paralysis. During sleep paralysis, one is fully conscious but completely unable to move or speak. It can be accompanied by vivid hallucinations as the dream state overlaps with waking awareness, creating a feeling of presence or pressure. It is a moment where the dream factory's mechanisms briefly falter. So, the vividness, the emotional intensity, and the sheer bizarreness of our dreams are not random occurrences. They are direct reflections of the brain's unique activity patterns and chemical environment during REM sleep. The highly active visual cortex creates the scenes, faces, and objects we perceive. The heightened limbic system paints those scenes with a rich palette of emotions, making them feel profoundly real. And the quieted prefrontal cortex ensures that our dreams can defy gravity, logic, and narrative consistency, allowing for creative, unbound storytelling within our own minds. This intricate interplay of brain regions and neurochemicals paints a picture of the brain as an active, dynamic constructor of experience, even in its deepest states of rest. The dream factory, then, is a highly sophisticated operation. It's a space where memories are revisited, emotions are processed, and new narratives are spun, all without conscious direction. Scientists continue to explore these intricate neural networks, using increasingly precise tools to map the connections and understand the precise timing of these brain events. Every flicker of activity holds a clue. Understanding the how of dreaming, the mechanics of brain activity and chemistry, has brought us closer to the inner workings of consciousness itself. But the why remains a profound question. What purpose does this nightly construction serve? Is it simply a byproduct of brain maintenance, or does it hold a deeper evolutionary significance for our learning, memory, or emotional regulation? The more we understand the brain's mechanics during dreams, the more we appreciate the complexity of this internal world. It is a testament to the brain's incredible capacity for creation and processing, even while we are unaware. The journey into the dream factory is far from over. Knowing the intricate dance of neurons and chemicals only invites further curiosity about the experience itself. What if, within this dream state, we could gain a measure of control? Our next step takes us into the astonishing realm of lucid dreaming, where the dreamer becomes aware and sometimes even the director of their own nightly narrative. Join us then. Our exploration of the dream factory revealed the intricate dance of neurons and chemicals, painting a vivid picture of the brain's activity during REM sleep. Yet, the story of dreams holds another astonishing twist. What if, within this immersive internal world, we could gain a measure of awareness, even control? This leads us into the phenomenon known as lucid dreaming. Simply put, a lucid dream is one in which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. It's a moment of profound clarity amidst the often surreal landscape of the unconscious mind. Imagine floating through the air or speaking with a long-lost friend and suddenly realizing this isn't real. I am dreaming. That moment of realization transforms the experience, shifting it from passive observation to conscious participation. While modern science has only recently begun to systematically study lucid dreaming, the concept itself is ancient. Accounts of dream awareness can be found in various cultures, particularly within Eastern contemplative traditions. Tibetan Buddhist practices, for example, include forms of dream yoga, where practitioners intentionally cultivate lucidity to navigate the dream state as a path to spiritual insight and awakening. Their texts describe vivid experiences of conscious manipulation within dreams. Even in Western history, scattered anecdotal accounts exist. Philosophers and writers occasionally described moments of self-awareness within their dreams, though these were often dismissed as mere anomalies or vivid imagination. For centuries, these remained largely anecdotal. The scientific challenge was to prove that lucidity was a real, measurable phenomenon, not just a subjective report. The breakthrough came in the late 1970s and early 1980s. In 1978, British parapsychologist Keith Hearn conducted a groundbreaking experiment. He instructed a lucid dreaming subject to make a prearranged sequence of eye movements when they became lucid within a dream. The subject successfully executed the predetermined eye signals, which were recorded by the polygraph machine. This was objective evidence, a conscious signal from within the dream state observable in the waking world. Shortly after, American psychophysiologist Stephen LaBerge at Stanford University replicated and expanded upon these findings, solidifying the scientific validity of lucid dreaming. His work established the field of lucid dream research. This was a pivotal moment. It transformed lucid dreaming from a fringe concept into a legitimate area of scientific inquiry. Researchers could now study the brain during these unique states of conscious awareness within sleep. Brain imaging studies revealed fascinating insights. During lucid dreams, the prefrontal cortex, the area associated with executive function, self-awareness, and critical thinking, showed increased activity. This suggested that the brain was, in a sense, waking up certain cognitive functions while the body remained in the deep paralysis of REM sleep. It was a unique hybrid state of consciousness. With scientific validation came efforts to induce lucid dreams reliably. One common technique is reality testing, where individuals regularly question if they are dreaming during their waking day. This practice, like checking if a light switch works differently or if text remains stable, can carry over into dreams, prompting the realization of being in a dream state. Dream journaling is another foundational technique. By consistently recording dreams upon waking, individuals improve their dream recall and become more attuned to recurring dream signs, which can trigger lucidity. The mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or mild technique, involves setting an intention before sleep. One repeats a phrase like, "Next time I dream, I will remember that I am dreaming," visualizing the act of becoming lucid. More advanced techniques involve external stimuli, such as light or sound cues delivered during REM sleep, or even mild electrical stimulation to specific brain regions, though these are still in experimental stages. The potential applications of lucid dreaming are vast and intriguing. For some, it's a playground for creativity, a space to explore impossible scenarios, compose music, or paint fantastical landscapes without real-world limitations. Athletes and performers have used it for skill rehearsal, practicing complex movements or routines in a risk-free environment. The brain's motor pathways can be activated, potentially reinforcing muscle memory. Perhaps one of the most therapeutic applications is in overcoming recurrent nightmares or phobias. Within a lucid dream, a dreamer can consciously confront their fears, rewrite the narrative, or transform menacing figures into benign ones. This ability to actively engage with and alter distressing dream content can be incredibly empowering, helping individuals to process trauma or reduce anxiety in their waking lives. The study of lucid dreaming continues to push the boundaries of our understanding of consciousness. It blurs the lines between waking and sleeping, revealing the brain's remarkable capacity for self-awareness even in altered states. It suggests that our minds are not merely passive recipients of dream narratives, but can, under certain conditions, become active participants, even directors of their own nightly productions. But what happens when the lines between dream and reality become even more blurred, when the body, not just the mind, becomes active during sleep and often without conscious direction? Our next step takes us into the curious world of sleepwalking, a phenomenon that challenges our very notions of rest and wakefulness. Join us then. Our exploration of the dream factory revealed the intricate dance of neurons and chemicals, painting a vivid picture of the brain's activity during REM sleep. Yet, the story of dreams holds another astonishing twist. What happens when the body, not just the mind, becomes active during sleep, and often without conscious direction? This leads us into the curious world of sleepwalking, or somnambulism. Contrary to popular belief, sleepwalking does not occur during the vivid narratives of REM sleep. Instead, it typically emerges from the deepest stages of NREM sleep. In these profound states of rest, the brain's higher cognitive functions are largely offline. The individual is not dreaming in the conventional sense, yet their body is capable of complex, purposeful movements. A defining characteristic of sleepwalking is the complete lack of recall upon waking. The sleepwalker performs actions, sometimes elaborate ones, yet has no memory of them. Their conscious mind remains deeply asleep. This presents a fascinating paradox. How can a brain direct physical activity without conscious awareness or memory formation? It suggests a complex, fragmented state of consciousness during these episodes. The behaviors observed during sleepwalking can range from simple, like sitting up in bed or walking to another room, to astonishingly complex. Individuals have been known to prepare meals, dress themselves, or even drive vehicles. These actions are often performed with a vacant expression, eyes open but unseeing, and speech, if any, is typically slurred or nonsensical. The brain's motor systems are active, but its executive functions are dormant. The danger lies in the lack of awareness. Sleepwalkers can injure themselves, fall, or wander into unsafe environments. Their sleeping mind is unable to process danger or make rational decisions. Researchers study brainwave patterns during these episodes, observing a mixture of waking and deep sleep activity. It's a state where the brain is caught between worlds, neither fully asleep nor fully awake. This partial activation highlights the intricate control mechanisms the brain employs to regulate our states of consciousness and motor control during the night. Humans are not alone in exhibiting sleep-related behaviors. Observations in the animal kingdom offer fascinating parallels, suggesting deep evolutionary roots for these between states. Dogs, for instance, often twitch, bark, or paddle their paws during sleep, likely during their version of REM. While not sleepwalking in the human sense, it shows active motor systems during rest. Even birds have been observed to fall off their perches while seemingly asleep, suggesting moments where their muscle control falters, akin to a brief lapse in their sleep-wake regulation. These animal observations reinforce the idea that the brain's control over movement during sleep is a delicate, evolutionarily conserved process, present across diverse species. Understanding these animal behaviors helps scientists build a broader picture of sleep's universal mechanisms and potential vulnerabilities. Beyond sleepwalking, other parasomnias reveal the intricate dance of the sleeping brain. Night terrors, unlike nightmares, also occur in deep NREM sleep. A child experiencing a night terror might scream, thrash, or appear terrified, but they are still asleep and have no memory of the event upon waking. It's a sudden, intense arousal from deep sleep. Sleep talking or somnoloquy is another common phenomenon. It can occur in any sleep stage, ranging from mumbled words to full conversations, often nonsensical and without conscious intent. Perhaps most telling is REM sleep behavior disorder, or RBD. Here, the protective muscle paralysis of REM sleep fails. Individuals physically act out their vivid dreams, sometimes with violent movements. RBD offers a chilling insight into the brain's delicate control. It reveals what happens when the atonia mechanism breaks down, highlighting its crucial role in protecting us during our most vivid dreams. These parasomnias, from sleepwalking to RBD, are more than mere sleep oddities. They are invaluable clues into the brain's complex architecture and its attempts to regulate different states of consciousness. They show us that sleep is not a simple off switch, but a dynamic, active process where various brain systems are constantly vying for control, sometimes overlapping or momentarily failing. These between states offer profound insights into the nature of consciousness itself, how it can fragment, how motor control can be disengaged from awareness, and how memory formation is tied to specific brain states. Each case of sleepwalking, night terrors, or RBD adds another layer to our understanding of the brain's incredible complexity during its nightly journey, revealing the delicate balance required for peaceful rest. But with this deeper understanding of sleep's mechanics and its occasional disruptions, the fundamental questions persist. Why do we dream at all? What ultimate purpose do these nightly narratives serve? Our next step will delve into the latest scientific theories attempting to answer this enduring mystery. Our journey through the active, dreaming brain has revealed the intricate mechanics of REM sleep and the curious phenomena of parasomnias. But with these deeper understandings of how the brain dreams, the fundamental question remains: why? What ultimate purpose do these nightly narratives serve? For centuries, this why has been the most elusive piece of the puzzle. Modern neuroscience, however, offers several compelling theories, each attempting to explain the evolutionary and cognitive advantages of our nightly excursions into the dream world. One prominent theory suggests that dreams play a crucial role in memory consolidation. Our brains are constantly bombarded with information during the day. During sleep, particularly REM, the brain actively sorts, processes, and stores these new memories. Studies have shown that individuals deprived of REM sleep struggle with learning and retaining new information. It's as if the brain needs this period of internal rehearsal to solidify what it has learned. During dreams, the brain reactivates neural pathways used during waking learning. This reactivation strengthens connections, pruning away less important details and highlighting the essential information, much like a meticulous archivist. This theory posits that dreams are not just random noise, but a purposeful reprocessing of daily experiences, refining our understanding and preparing us for future challenges by integrating new knowledge. Another powerful theory focuses on emotional regulation. Dreams, with their heightened limbic system activity, are seen as a safe space for the brain to process and integrate complex emotions encountered during wakefulness. The vivid, often intense emotional content of dreams allows us to re-experience difficult situations in a low-stakes environment. This can help desensitize us to traumatic memories or resolve emotional conflicts. The amygdala, the brain's emotional hub, is highly active during REM sleep, but without the accompanying stress hormones of waking life. This allows for a kind of extinction learning, reducing the emotional charge of difficult memories. Dreams act as a nightly therapist, allowing us to confront fears, anxieties, and unresolved feelings, preparing us to face them more calmly in our waking lives. They are an emotional pressure valve. The threat simulation theory offers an evolutionary perspective. It proposes that dreams serve as a kind of rehearsal space for dangerous situations, allowing us to practice responses to potential threats without real-world consequences. From an evolutionary standpoint, a brain that regularly practices escaping predators or navigating perilous landscapes would have conferred a significant survival advantage. Our ancestors might have literally dreamed of better strategies. This theory finds some support in the commonality of frightening or anxious dreams, suggesting they are not merely unpleasant but serve a preparatory function for our ancient survival instincts. Then there is the problem-solving or creative insight theory. Many famous breakthroughs, from the structure of the benzene ring to the periodic table, were reportedly conceived or clarified in dreams. In the unrestrained landscape of the dream state, the brain is free from the logical constraints of waking life. This allows for novel associations, unexpected connections, and out-of-the-box thinking. The sleeping brain continues to work on unresolved issues, processing information and attempting to find solutions, often by combining disparate concepts in surprising ways that conscious thought might overlook. Finally, one of the most influential theories, the activation synthesis hypothesis, proposed by J. Allen Hobson and Robert McCarley, suggests dreams are a byproduct of the brain's normal nightly activity. It posits that during REM sleep, signals are randomly generated in the brainstem, activating various parts of the cortex, including the visual and motor areas. The higher brain centers, particularly the cortex, then attempt to make sense of these random firings, weaving them into a coherent, albeit often bizarre, narrative. Dreams are the brain's best attempt at storytelling with fragmented data. While this theory suggests dreams are not inherently meaningful in a Freudian sense, the individual's unique memories, emotions, and experiences still shape how the brain constructs its narrative from this random input. Each of these theories offers a compelling piece of the puzzle, and it is likely that no single explanation fully captures the complexity of why we dream. The truth may be a synthesis of many functions. Dreams could serve multiple purposes simultaneously: consolidating memories, regulating emotions, simulating threats, fostering creativity, and simply being the brain's way of making sense of its own internal activity. The ongoing research continues to refine these ideas, using ever more sophisticated tools to probe the sleeping mind. Every new finding adds another layer to our appreciation of this nightly mystery. The purposeful canvas of our dreams is a testament to the brain's incredible dynamism, a silent, nightly symphony of processing, learning, and emotional integration that plays out while we rest. And yet, even with these profound insights into the why, the very essence of consciousness within the dream state remains a captivating enigma. Our next and final chapter will gently bring together these threads, reflecting on the enduring wonder of the sleepless scientist's quest. Our journey has traced the mystery of dreams from ancient whispers to the intricate dance of neurons. But the story of dreams is far from over. Today, we stand on the precipice of a new era, where cutting-edge technology promises unprecedented insights into our sleeping minds. Imagine tools that can map dream content with astonishing precision. Researchers are developing advanced neuroimaging techniques far beyond what was possible before, allowing them to visualize the very landscapes our brains create each night. Early experiments are already demonstrating the ability to decode visual information from brain activity during sleep. While rudimentary, this hints at a future where we might glimpse the actual images unfolding in a dreamer's mind. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are becoming invaluable partners. These powerful algorithms can analyze vast datasets of brain patterns and dream reports, identifying subtle correlations and hidden structures that human eyes might miss. This data allows scientists to build complex computational models, simulating the neural networks active during dreaming. It helps them understand how the brain constructs coherent narratives from fragmented information. With deeper understanding comes the intriguing and sometimes unsettling possibility of dream engineering. This isn't about controlling dreams, but about subtly influencing them for therapeutic or cognitive benefits. One area of intense research is targeted memory reactivation. During specific sleep stages, researchers can use subtle cues like sounds or smells to reactivate memories, potentially strengthening their consolidation. Imagine solidifying a new language or a complex skill simply by replaying specific cues during your sleep. This research holds promise for enhancing learning and accelerating skill acquisition. For those struggling with trauma or phobias, targeted dream interventions could offer a new path. By subtly altering the emotional landscape of a dream, the brain might reprocess difficult memories in a safer context. However, the precision required for such interventions is immense. The brain's delicate balance means that any interference must be carefully calibrated to avoid unintended consequences or disruption of natural sleep processes. As we venture into influencing the dream state, profound ethical questions arise. Who owns the privacy of our dreams? What are the boundaries of intervention into the most intimate corners of the mind? Ensuring informed consent for such research is paramount. The autonomy of the individual's inner world must be fiercely protected, especially when dealing with the subconscious. The potential for misuse, from commercial exploitation to unwanted manipulation, demands a robust framework of ethical guidelines and public discourse. Despite these advancements, the grand questions linger. What is the true nature of consciousness within a dream? Is it a lesser form of waking awareness or a unique, parallel mode of being? The line between dream and reality continues to fascinate. How does the brain construct such convincing, immersive worlds even when deprived of external sensory input? And the why of dreams, their ultimate evolutionary purpose, remains a subject of ongoing debate. Is it purely for memory, emotion, or creative insight, or is there a deeper, yet undiscovered function? Perhaps dreams are not merely a byproduct, but a fundamental state of existence, allowing the mind to explore possibilities, process information, and maintain its intricate balance. They are the brain's nightly narratives, a testament to its extraordinary capacity for creation, even in the quiet hours of rest. Each dream, a unique story told only to ourselves. Our dreams are deeply personal, reflecting our individual experiences, fears, and hopes. Yet they also connect us to a universal human experience shared across time and culture. The sleepless scientist continues the quest, driven by an insatiable curiosity to unravel the brain's most profound secrets, especially those that unfold when the world quiets down. It is a journey built on patience, meticulous observation, and the willingness to embrace uncertainty. For every answer discovered, new questions emerge, leading us deeper into the mind's labyrinth. The wonder of dreams endures, a constant reminder of the incredible complexity and boundless potential of the human brain, even in its most restful state. We have woven together ancient theories, scientific breakthroughs, and the latest research, creating a tapestry that illustrates humanity's persistent fascination with this nightly miracle. The mystery of dreams remains a testament to the mind's profound depths, a vast, unexplored ocean within each of us, waiting to be understood. And so, as the moon climbs high and the world outside softens into slumber, we leave you with the quiet contemplation of your own inner universe. Sleep well, and may your dreams be a gentle journey.